Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where we bring you the most fascinating stories about rare and valuable coins from around the world today. We're diving into the world of British currency to uncover two of the most valuable sixpence coins ever issued in the United Kingdom. These coins may look small, but their collector's value can reach hundreds, even thousands of pounds depending on rarity and condition. Stay with us as we reveal the key details, history, and what makes these sixpence coins so special. You might even have one hiding in your collection right now. Let's get started. The 1961 sixpence of the United Kingdom is a coin that falls into the rich tradition of British pre-decimal coinage. The sixpence denomination was first introduced during the reign of Edward VI in 1551, and it survived more than 4 centuries right up until the decimal changeover in 1971. The 1961 issue comes from the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, when Britain was still recovering from post-war austerity and modernizing its economy. Coins like the sixpence were used daily in shops, markets, and homes, making them a familiar part of everyday life. This issue represents not just a piece of currency but also a reminder of how British money evolved in the 20th century. To understand the significance of this coin, we should recall the pre-decimal monetary system in Britain, which was quite different from the decimal system we use today. At the time, the pound sterling was divided into 20 shillings, and each shilling was further divided into 12 pennies, making a total of 240 pennies in 1 pound. The sixpence was therefore equal to half a shilling or 6 pennies. It was an extremely popular coin because of its convenient value, often used for everyday small purchases such as sweets, newspapers, or even a pint of milk. Its purchasing power in 1961 would be roughly equal to around 60 to 70 pence in modern money, showing that it had genuine everyday importance. The obverse design of the 1961 sixpence features the first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by artist Mary Gillick. Unlike later portraits, which showed the Queen wearing a crown or a tiara, this early portrait depicted her bare-headed with a laurel wreath. It was considered a youthful classical representation of the young monarch who had only been on the throne for less than a decade. Around the edge, the inscription reads, "Elizabeth to Dei Gratia Regina, FD." The FD standing for Fidei, Defensor or Defender of the Faith. Collectors appreciate this obverse design for its artistic charm and for marking the very first official portrait used on Elizabeth II's coins. The reverse design of the 1961 sixpence is equally iconic. It was designed by William Gardner, and it combines the national floral emblems of the 4 countries of the United Kingdom. The design features a Tudor rose for England, a thistle for Scotland, a shamrock for Ireland, and a leek for Wales, all tied together in a balanced pattern. This design was intended to symbolize unity within the United Kingdom, especially important in the mid-20th century as Britain navigated both post-war challenges and the beginnings of European integration. The denomination sixpence appears in bold letters with the date 1961 split across the bottom. By 1961, sixpences were no longer made of silver. From 1947 onwards, the British government changed the composition of most everyday coins to cupronickel, an alloy of copper and nickel. Due to rising silver prices and the need for cost efficiency, the 1961 sixpence weighs 2.83 grams, measures 19.41 millimeters in diameter, and has a milled edge. Although not silver, the cupronickel alloy ensured durability, giving the coin a shiny silver-like appearance that collectors can still appreciate today if the coin has been preserved in good condition. The Royal Mint produced an impressive 98,206,000 sixpence coins in 1961, making it one of the more common issues of the series. Because of this high mintage, most 1961 sixpences are relatively easy to find, especially in circulated grades. However, coins that have survived in brilliant uncirculated condition are scarcer, as most were used in everyday transactions and suffered wear-proof. Coins of this date were not struck for general circulation, but some exist in collector sets, which adds a premium value when found. Now let's talk about value. A 1961 sixpence in average circulated condition is worth around 50 pence to 1 pound, making it affordable for beginners. However, in higher grades the value increases. A coin in extremely fine EF condition may fetch 3 pounds to 5 pounds, while a brilliant uncirculated BU example can sell for 10 pounds to 20 pounds. Certified examples graded MS-65 or higher can command even more, especially among serious collectors who want pristine examples. Collectors also prize coins with strong strikes, full detail in the floral design, and little to no toning. The sixpence coin carried more than just financial value, it held cultural significance as well. It was traditionally used in Christmas puddings in Britain, where families would hide a sixpence in the dessert for good luck. It was also used in wedding customs, particularly in the old rhyme, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, and a silver sixpence in her shoe. This custom was thought to bring prosperity and happiness to the bride's marriage. Even after decimalization in 1971, the sixpence remained legal tender until 1980, showing its lasting importance in British society. Although not the rarest coin, the 1961 sixpence is an essential part of any Elizabeth II pre-decimal coin collection. Many collectors aim to assemble a full date set of Elizabeth II sixpences from 1953 to 1967, and the 1961 coin fits neatly in the middle of this run. It is also a great coin for beginners due to its affordability, but high-grade examples make it attractive even for advanced collectors. Over time, demand for these coins has increased, especially as younger collectors look to preserve pieces of pre-decimal history. If kept in top condition, the 1961 sixpence can make a small but steady investment. To wrap up, the 1961 UK sixpence is a coin that tells the story of Britain's currency system, its traditions, and the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. While not a rare treasure, it holds both sentimental and historical value, and in the right condition, it can be worth far more than face value. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, this coin deserves a place in your collection. If you enjoyed this detailed breakdown, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss our future uploads about rare and valuable world coins. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you own a 1961 sixpence, or have you found one in your family's collection? Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story waiting to be discovered. The 1964 sixpence was struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a time when Britain was undergoing social, cultural, and economic change. Decimalization was on the horizon, which eventually arrived in 1971, making coins like this obsolete. But in 1964, the sixpence was still in wide use. People carried them in their pockets, shopkeepers gave them as change, and children loved them for sweets and small toys. This was also the period when Britain had fully transitioned away from silver in coinage, meaning sixpences were made from cupronickel rather than the sterling silver used in earlier decades. The obverse of the coin displays the famous second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Mary Gillick. This portrait shows the Queen wearing a laurel wreath, which symbolizes youth, hope, and victory. Unlike later portraits, this early image of Her Majesty does not show her wearing a crown, giving it a softer, more approachable style. Around the portrait, the legend reads, Elizabeth to Dei Gratia Regina F.D., which translates as Elizabeth II by the grace of God, Queen Defender of the Faith. This portrait is highly admired for its simplicity and elegance, and was used on coins from 1953 until 1967. On the reverse side, we see a beautiful design created by heraldic artist William Gardner. The design is a symbolic arrangement of four national plants: the Tudor rose for England, the thistle for Scotland, the shamrock for Ireland, and the leek for Wales. They are arranged in a cross-like form tied together, with the crown showing unity. Across the United Kingdom, the reverse also contains the word sixpence 1964, and the abbreviation FIDF, which is short for Fidei Defensor, meaning defender of the faith. This is one of the most famous and attractive designs used on British sixpences. The 1964 sixpence was struck in cupronickel with a weight of 2.83 grams, a diameter of 19.41 millimeters, and a plain edge. Even though the coin no longer contained silver, it retained a bright silvery appearance, which made it look attractive to users. The metal change also meant that coins were more resistant to wear, and many examples from 1964 still survive in very good condition today. The absence of silver also made the coin more affordable to produce in huge quantities, which explains why so many were minted. Now let's talk about minting. The year 1964 saw an extremely high production of sixpence coins, with an estimated 181,405,000 struck for circulation. This makes it one of the more common dates of Elizabeth to sixpences, so you can still find them relatively easily, however, while circulated. Coins are plentiful, uncirculated examples are scarcer, especially those with full luster. In addition to the circulation strikes, there were also proof issues, produced in small numbers for collector sets. Proof versions are especially prized due to their sharp details and mirror-like finish. So what is a 1960 for sixpence worth today? The value depends heavily on condition. A circulated coin may only be worth around 20 pence to £1 since millions were made. However, coins in extremely fine F2 uncirculated condition can be worth between £3 and £10. Proof coins, especially those still sealed in original sets, can fetch £15 to £25 or more if the coin is professionally graded by services like NGC or PCGS and receives a high grade, such as MS65 or higher. The price could increase further. Collectors always pay a premium for sharp details, good luster, and no scratches beyond its market value. The 1960 for sixpence is full of cultural meaning. It has long been associated with good luck charms, particularly in weddings where the saying, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, and a sixpence in her shoe symbolizes prosperity for the bride. Many British families also placed sixpences into Christmas puddings, where finding one brought good fortune. These traditions have helped the sixpence remain popular long after it stopped being legal tender in 1980. Collectors often buy these coins not just for numismatic reasons but also for sentimental value. Interestingly, the 1964 sixpence is not only collected in the United Kingdom but also around the world. Former Commonwealth countries like Australia, Canada, and New Zealand have collectors who value these coins, especially those who have British heritage. Online marketplaces such as eBay and numismatic fairs frequently list this coin, and demand for higher quality specimens remains strong. For beginners, the 1960 for sixpence is an affordable entry point into coin collecting, while for advanced collectors, proof and graded versions provide excellent investment potential. So as we've seen, the 1964 sixpence coin of the United Kingdom is more than just a small piece of cupronickel. It's a coin filled with history, artistry, symbolism, and tradition. From its elegant portrait of the young Queen Elizabeth II to its heraldic reverse design, it continues to fascinate collectors to this day. Whether you own one as a keepsake, use it as a good luck charm, or treasure it as part of your numismatic collection, the 1964 sixpence has a story to tell. And before we close, if you enjoy deep dives into coins like this, please make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts. Your support helps us continue bringing you rare coin facts, values, and history every single week.